So with that being said, I would say my mom, because she always taught me, hard work. She taught me, to stand in your own, to be strong, to be responsible, to be honest, which is a huge, huge thing for me. To make sure that you're honest, always tell the truth, like even to where I can't, it'd be hard to me to be trying to tell little white lies. And I smile, like even now talking about it, like I can't. And she instilled that in me. Like, there's no reason to lie. Like, what you lying for? You know what I mean? So I would say for that aspect, but then also I would say she also taught me in some ways what I didn't want to be. And so you got to definitely know who your people are. And if it's not a mutual thing, even going back to the beginning of our conversation, if it's not a mutual relationship, you got to go in all aspects, social media, real life, all over.
I absolutely
gotta go.
I agree.
That's a good ideal too. So I got a client I'm working on just to get her to post on her business page and not her personal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got to do that. Yeah.
But okay, so I'm gonna leave with this one last question.
Okay.
So what's the most impactful footprint a person has ever left on the sands of your soul? That sounds so like poetic and stuff, but basically, what's the most impactful thing somebody's ever did in your life? And so I asked you ladies, to think about like a woman or somebody who's made an impact in your life, and whether it's a celebrity or somebody personally. For me, I'll go first because I always have this picture like somewhere near me, but this is my grandma. And I know I didn't tell y'all to bring no pictures or nothing, but she's always right here. So this is my grandmother. And I was thinking about like all the people who ever made an impact on my life, and like women in history and different things like that. And I was like, yeah, this person's good. This person's good. And then, but it comes back to, I would not be the person I am if it wasn't for that woman and what she instilled on the inside of me, and just leading me and guiding me. And it was always that you know how they say Jesus or God it's a whisper. It's that quiet, calm voice. He ain't all rowdy and stuff like I be thinking in my head, because I be rowdy sometimes. She was that for me. She was always that calm, that peace, that, baby, well, let's sit down and talk, and we'll have coffee together and stuff. And I could just talk about my life with her, and I could be real and transparent. And she was never the type to like just throw me away. Like, it didn't matter what I told her. I tell her, like, I blew up a building and killed 10,000 people. I did not do that. Just for anybody who's watching that, and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I didn't do it. But if I did it, she would still be down. She was right. Like, okay, baby, well, we're going to figure out a way through this and stuff. Right. And, constantly praying, never throwing me away, and it helped me to really be the type of person who, I know how to love people beyond their faults. Now, that does not mean that I'm always going to give space to, like, because I have boundaries too. I'm not going to give space to allow you to just continue to like come in and use me and drain me and stuff. But it allowed me to see the humanity inside of people and be able to say, let me help you get some resources to help you to heal and stuff. Come and talk to me. Let's talk through this. Let's work through this. And I feel like that helps people in a deeper level, because we never know what somebody's going through. And if we could be the people that help somebody else to heal, and want to move on with another day in their life, then why not do that? So she was that person for me. That's my grandma, Miss Shirley Ann. And so I would love to hear who was a very influential person in your life, whether you know or not.
For me, I would say, I know it probably sounds cliche, but I would say my mom. I would say my mom because she went through a lot as a child growing up. I don't know, like, again, talking to my therapist and stuff, I feel like I had to grow up a lot sooner, just on an emotional level. And even I was always super mature. So with that being said, I would say my mom, because she always taught me, hard work. She taught me, to stand in your own, to be strong, to be responsible, to be honest, which is a huge, huge thing for me. To make sure that you're honest, always tell the truth, like even to where I can't, it'd be hard to me to be trying to tell little white lies. And I smile, like even now talking about it, like I can't. And she instilled that in me. Like, there's no reason to lie. Like, what you lying for? You know what I mean? So I would say for that aspect, but then also I would say she also taught me in some ways what I didn't want to be. And I say that out of love and out of honesty, because nobody is perfect.
Right.
So I took, the positive things and the things that I was like, you know what? That's awesome. And then I also was like, okay, I understand the way you did the things that you did, but however, that's not what I would want to do. So yeah, I would say my mom, and I respect it for both of those sides, because again, I was able to see both sides of what I wanted and what I didn't want. So love my mama.
I love that. And like, even with you saying that part, the things that you wanted and didn't want, something that my grandmother said to me when I was in the process of deciding if I was going to go through getting a divorce, she sat down and talked to me. She was like, baby, there was a time when I was going to divorce your grandfather and stuff, but I was told, just stay with him and, he'll make a good man one day. And she was like, so I stuck it out and I loved him. He was the love of my life. She was like, but I would never give you that advice. Like, I don't want you to have to go through years of pain waiting for him to become the man that you need him to be. And so that really, was one of those things that just being able to be transparent and see the areas in her life where she felt like, I received advice that was not beneficial to me. And, I don't want to pass that on and continue this generational curse of we just stick by it until they get their life together type thing.
I agree with both of y'all. For me, I have two people. First person being my mom. Like, y'all, I love Janice. That's my tink butt. Like, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. My mom, like, she was the one who told me I was going to college. She told me I was going to a HBCU. I ain't have no choice. That's the only thing. I'm like, you can give me a choice, but so yeah, behold the green and gold, because I went to Norfolk State. And so like with my mom, she was very transparent, and like she educated us and she opened my eyes to a lot of things at an age I really wasn't supposed to, I guess, understand, but she did it to teach me and to enlighten me. Again, my mom was a teen parent. So to be honest with you, I want y'all to picture like a 15-year-old mom or a 30-year-old woman, which I am, raising a 15-year-old girl, and basically with all her trauma, with all of her deficits and the things that she experienced in life, she was able to really do a darn good job. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't discredit her for that. My mom taught me to dream. She recognized my talents at such an early age because she actually paid attention to us. She didn't, just kind of like say, okay, go ahead with that. Like, she entertained all of my bright ideas. And one thing Chantel and Faja let you know is I always have an idea. And like, my brain is in overdrive. I'm always thinking, so like, but my mom, she appreciated that. But the other person who I want to kind of like shout out, and it just came to me now, was when I was first starting off in mental health, we've all heard the saying, you can have a low self-worth, but a high self-esteem. And a low self-worth, which is going to be in the podcast I'll talk about this next week coming up, is just like, that's the things that allow you to put up with stuff you're not supposed to. But your high self-esteem is what attract the people, but it's not what necessarily make them respect you. And so one time, Elle, shout out to Elle, she basically told me like, you have basically, Jaquil, you have a high self-esteem, but your self-worth is low. And she was like, and until you finally get to a place in your life where like your self-esteem is whatever, but your self-worth got to be up there, then you're going to always sabotage. And because of her, she planted a seed that a week later, I basically went into a bathroom. I was about to, do what I had to do. And basically I saw on the wall, it said, you're worth more. And that was like my confirmation of, okay, that message was for me. And to this day, that message has stuck by me. And that's when I like doubt, or when I feel like I don't want to do something or I don't deserve something, I always remember have a high self-worth. So, you know, I just want to shout out to her because she really, those little things kind of like shaped me into going the right direction. Yep.
Well, since I'm sitting right next to her, I'll go to. But also my woman is my mother. Also, she passed away in August of 2012. But I was telling Zakir earlier, I was like, we were so close that I would call my son her nephew instead of saying, "Oh, your grandson." I'll be like, "Oh, your nephew." But as I was growing up, it was just me and her, pretty much. And the things that she imparted, she was like, it was so. I'm the practical person that I am, and I impart practical wisdom because of what she imparted to me. So there were a lot of things. She was just like, "Oh, so I grew up in Brooklyn." So she was like, yeah, just because we grew up in Brooklyn, just because we live here does not mean that's who you are. You know, so we used to go to Windows on the World at the World Trade Center and have dinner. You know, men had to wear suit coats. You know, we had to dress up. You could not go in there with jeans. Everybody had to dress up. So I learned the importance of dressing up and the importance of good food. So I love food. So I imparted that to my son. Like, you know, we're not doing McDonald's. I want sushi. So you don't have to learn how to eat sushi, the whole raw, everything, not just no cooked, you know, but and appreciate different things. So I learned to appreciate good music. Jazz, oh my God, salsa, merengue. The only thing I did not take from her, because she liked to clean house on Saturdays, and she would spend the whole Saturday cleaning the house. Nope. So I clean a little bit during the, you know, each day during the week, just a little bit, so I don't have to spend my whole Saturday. But I mean, there were so many good things that she imparted. It's like music, poetry, just culture, you know, because in New York, you can get everything that you need. Going to museums, going to the planetarium, just botanical, whatever it is. She was like, "Oh, no, you're not going to be bored. You're always going to learn to appreciate something." So when I was like in the first, second grade, I had like a 10th, 12th grade reading level, because that's all when I got in trouble and I got put on punishment, I'm going to read a book. Go to your room, read a book. So I loved reading. So all of those things, though I hated it then, it has made such a big difference in my life as who I am now and how I impart wisdom to other people. Not only my child, but other people. You know, it's just like, oh, no. There's a better way to do that. You don't have to do, you don't have to do, work harder, not smarter. That's my thing.
Yeah. So for me, I was thinking about it, right? And for me, it's like I broke it down in like seasons for me. Because I feel like as I'm getting older, different people have affected me in a different way. Like, for example, of course, my mom, she instilled education and time management and motherly skills and duties and, pushing us and told us not to have anyone make you feel inferior. And then like her sister, my aunt, she taught me to be you, embrace, my crazy hairstyles or my makeup. And she's the one I talked to about boys and friends and just, and she would even be like, "Where you going? Where y'all going to? I'm about to meet y'all." She was like that. She's like that type of person. And then my older sister, her example of like what a godly woman was, a Christian woman, a follower of Christ, one who had so much zeal for Christ, where she left the house at 18 to, and went into ministry and things like that. So for her, and like, so, and then my younger sister is, one of my inspirations, just because she's just looks up to me, and I could see her like following in my footsteps in certain in different ways, and like her being able to like express herself and speak up for herself. So like, and for me, it's like I'm listing people, women in my family, because there's lots of friends I could say like it had, impart a lot to me, but I'm gonna just stick with family, and then like recently, so like a cousin of mine, Chancel, she coached me and helped me to like believe in myself and not to be afraid of hearing no, and helped me to get like my business venture started, and just like encouraged me. And then now I would say like, being the age that I am, like being 31 now, I remember when I was 29, I believe, there was a girl that I had met at my cousin's wedding. Her name is Sharonda. And she said, when you turn 30, everything's going to change. Everything's going to start changing. It's truly going to, it's truly going to change. God is going to like, it's going to be like so many things coming left and right. And like, literally, I was like, wow, like, once that happened, I was like, you are so right. And her level of faith, and just seeing her, the way her faith is just like, well, God's gonna take care of it. God's gonna do this. God, whatever. And it just, really, it just really just helped me, propelled me, and then like 3 people right now, I would say, in this season, and last season, which really have helped me. Women like one named Chanel E. Martin. She's head of Kingdom Business Network on Clubhouse. She helped me to cultivate the voice of God and trust what I'm hearing through her room on Clubhouse called Prophetic Planning for Your Day. That's how I really started, like, really hearing the voice of God. And then Destiny Inspire. She helped me to speak up and have confidence. She's a coach, and she was my coach for a season. And she said, she reminded me, she said that the little girl has to heal up in order so the grown woman could show up, so that's something that really stuck with me. And then 2 people who are now real impactful voices in my life are Shannon Yvette and Dr. Carla Clark. They both gave me community and helped me to cultivate my gifts and push me, to believe that I'm not crazy. I'm just gifted, and I have these spiritual gifts in which they're helping me cultivate and pushing me, and recognizing those gifts and give that space and opportunity to be able to really learn and really just really, because I'm a seer, so I get visions, I get dreams, God speaks to me in many different ways, and it's like them helping me to cultivate that and to prophesy and stuff like that. So this is the season where their voices are impactful for me as women. So I would say like that's just like my time. So I have like a timeline, I would say, of women who have really impacted me, and of course friends. Y'all know who you are, who have who have spoken life into me, who I love dearly. And definitely you guys, but definitely these women that I have spoken about, they have like really have been helping me in these different seasons of my life.
I absolutely love that. I love how you have like the timeline and the different seasons of people, because I believe wholeheartedly that as we go through different seasons, not everybody is going to go through stay with us throughout our entire life. And it doesn't mean that they are like completely leaving our lives, but their role in our life transitions. And so I think that's essential. And then I also love like how all of you, all of us had like our influential people in our life were people who were really close to us. And I feel like that's important because that really can make or break you. Y'all know I do the parental abandonment stuff. So like if you don't have those close essential people in your life who help raise you up to help you to be who you're called to be, then it takes a toll on who you become in your future if you don't have that healing from those childhood wounds. So I'm so happy that you guys were able to have those parental figures in your life that can help you, especially women. Because I know with my For the Love of Men series, we did a whole series on toxic parenting, and it started out with just, toxic mothers. Like people talk about the absent fathers, but they don't understand how hard it can be to have a toxic mother and how we have to heal from that. Okay, thank you.
Oh, Teddy, hi.
Hi, okay. Say hi, Teddy Bear.
Hi, Teddy.
Okay, Teddy Bear said hi. Okay, go get the other one.
Huh?
Bye.
No. Oh, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Essie.
Okay, bye, Essie.
Oh, no.
Let Prophetess Essie go ahead and give the word, please, because she clearly has something she needs to say.
She got like 3 or 4 teddy bears up in here, and she just juggling them around.
Subscribe so you don't miss
a whole
Bunny.
Mhm.
A bunny.
It's a that's a pig. You want to say something?
A bunny.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a bunny.
Okay.
Ha. Ha ha.
Thank you.
Aha. Essie. Prophetess, come on, girl. What you got to say? I know you got something to say, baby. Go ahead. Say it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy now. You right here with us. I know you got something to say. Don't be shy. Go ahead, baby. Oh, really? Essie. Come on, girl. Say it. Say what you got to say.
Teddy.
Yeah, teddy bear.
Mm-hmm. I know you got a teddy bear, but you got something in you that you want to tell us. Come on. Mm-hmm. I know you do. Mm-hmm. It's okay, baby.
So I am so thankful for all of you coming on today, and just continue to keep making the impact that you're making. You're changing lives. Sometimes you may not even realize how many lives you're changing and how you're affecting. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How many lives that you're affecting, but you're doing great and tremendous work. And so I appreciate you. I appreciate just having phenomenal women around me. And I'm excited to have you guys back because, once you're on here one time, like, it's golden. You can be on here like any other time. So thank you all for watching this episode, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment. I know I said that out of order, but y'all know what I meant. So I love you guys, and we'll see you next time for another episode. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Does she not want?
Bye.
Up next on Inspiring Beauty and Believers.
Yeah, because I had 3 firearms in the house at that point in time. I got up and literally sold all of them like that day.
And sometimes when you're in that state of depression, it's hard to see a way out.
It was definitely hard for me then, and trying to reflect on it because nobody really talked about depression or anything back then.
But for men, right, naturally tend to be, and yes, this is a stereotype, but it's also true, tend to be more aggressive, more angry. It tends to be safer to express anger than it does to express sadness.
Generations that came before us don't know how to do it. And so they can't really help you do it. So they just tell you to suck it up. And then
He's done miracles. Back again. He's done miracles on me.